What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. So I've moved on a little bit, but I've moved on at a quick pace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where we are. Hello. Hang on, let me just get that gusset off, because I'm not a big fan of them. If I'm honest, I'm not a big fan of them, but I think this one's going to go in. I think the customer wants this one. But I don't know. Hey, there we go. Let's get rid of that, shall we? We don't need that where we're going. So, yeah. Whoop. So, the rear of the car is moriest, completiest. So, we have our main exit, harness bars, and our rear triangle or A-frame. It's like an A. I think it's an A. So that's in. But the stress that was involved in doing this. You've got to remember, this cage, the main hoop, I'll explain this. The main hoop I had to chop down. But then I also had to widen it. I had to spread it out because I needed the feet to be further in. Because I chopped off a bit like that, it was narrower, so I had to open that up. So none of these bars, not one bar in this car has fitted. So all of these are custom. That's custom, that one, that one, that one. All of this, the main hoop, the roof bar, this, every bar in here has had to be modified in some way or another. So that's why this car has been a bit of a nightmare, because it's 3 inches shorter and I've had to literally get in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And honestly, yesterday I was swearing like a good one, right? So that's why I didn't really record any of it, because I knew I was going to get irate with this car. So what we've got here is a fixed diagonal, 2 pieces, and the harness bars. And then in the rear end, basically we've got the A, which goes up to there, and it comes down to this point. So this bar comes down. Where am I? This bar comes down, and then that bar and this bar are next to each other, and then this one ties all 3 together. And then we've got this one. This one really was only a... Have I zoomed in or something? Yeah, here we go. I only had to modify the top of this notch. It was beautiful. It was like, oh, no work. It was amazing. So down there, we are fully welded, look. Now getting the other side of that, round the back of there was a pig. Getting down the back of anywhere is a pig in this car. So these are welded. This one needs a little bit of a clean. You are every now and again going to have to stop and start. So you are going to end up with a bit of a... It's strong, it's good, but when you're working in a car rolled up inside a roll cage where you can't even swing a rat, you're lucky to get the best you can get. Do you know what I mean? So yes, some of the welds, everybody knows so I've got high standards. Yeah, and I've been fighting with the welder as well. I think what I've done with the welder somehow, this welder is too big for what I'm trying to do. It's 250 amps. It's massive. And with this CDS tube, we're pushing our luck with the thin wall, trying to get that welder to turn down enough. Do you know what I mean? So, should I have got my old welder back into the unit? Probably. But I've been persistent, and I've been running a lot of test welds as well, just to make sure that it's like there's got to be something around here somewhere. It's like, is this one? Like these, see how you're just starting to get test welds so you can see what's going on the inside. Because your weld can look lovely on the outside. It don't mean it's nice on the inside. And if your weld looks bad on the outside, you pretty much know it's going to be shit. So you got to make sure you haven't bubbled the inside or you haven't got no penetration at all. So this is 1.5 mil, which is the closest I've got to the T45, because T45, some of it's 1 mil, some of it's 1.5 mil. I think most of it's 1.5 mil. So I was testing on some 1.5 mil, but then you've got to remember that the T45 is a different compound of steel to that ERW that I was using. So that's another thing you have to take into account. I was like, oh my God, I threw one of my welding masks, broke one of the fucking welding masks. Honestly, I've run out of my meds. I knew it was going to happen. And I've run out of my meds, and I haven't took my meds now for like 3 days because I'm back order. So I am angry at the world. That's how I know that my anxiety is starting to chip away at the inside of me, because I get angry. I'm a cunt, basically. When I'm angry, when I'm not angry, I get along with anybody. When I'm angry, just leave me alone. So it's my fault. I've run out of meds. So that didn't help. So anyway, enough freaking ranting about me. So what we've got to do now, there's these 2 bars left for here, which are these. Yeah? Now I haven't put these in yet because, obviously, let me just have a drink of my coffee. It's not my cup, by the way. It's got the family on it. It's better. So these I left out because they're getting in and out. But what I want to do now is I want to prep for them. I'm not going to put them in because I've still got other stuff to do inside the car. So we need to get this right. Now, here we go again. You remember I chopped the cage down, spread that out. This cage, if you look how tight of tolerance I've got this cage. You know, we are right up, as tight as I can get it. Little gaps everywhere. So we are right on. But to get that fit, this notch suffered. Because the bar on this should be lower. If you imagine this minus from there to there is 3 inches shorter. So these bars are 3 inches higher than they should be. So when these are lower in a MIG, this bottom one is further out. Because remember I chopped the bottom bit off the cage? So this top bar has a bit more roll. So let me show you what it's done using this. I don't know what this was for, but so if I put this in there, so we are sticking out, I can't see the screen, we're sticking out at the bottom and we're the opposite way at the top. So this notch needs some taking off here, yeah? But we cannot take any off this side or this side. It can only come out of this from the edge of the flat. So it's about there. It's only going to be a couple of mil. So we've got to modify this notch. But then also this bar is 3 inches too long. Yeah. So obviously, if I put that in there where that's supposed to be, we are way too long. So when we're finished, this notch won't work because we had to shorten the front leg, this one. See? Miles off. Yeah? Because this top bar, if this top bar was 3 inches down, it would intersect a lot lower. So that's another thing we've got to do. So do we do these bars now? Or do we do the next thing we need to do? We need to drop the engine in. Now this is on. We need to drop the engine in so we can work out where the gear selector's got to go. That's the only thing I've got to do, work out where the gear cable, the shifter, goes. Because we've got to make sure it reaches in a decent place. So we've got to put the seat in anyway. The seat's got to go in, the steering column's got to go in. So then we can run the cable through, see where the ideal point is for making the shifter. Then I managed to pick up a small carbon fibre. It's a small carbon fibre pull lever for a parachute on a race car. Right, found it. Wasn't in that car. This thing. I brought it off a chap off Instagram. Turbo Mark 1 Golf. Have a look. This chap. Turbo Mark 1 Golf. Really good fabricator. You know what I mean? The stuff is just wicked. So anyway, I had this off him. Now the idea of this is going to be his reverse. On these, they run a little, I don't even know where it is. There's like a gearbox thing, that goes on the front, and you have to pull a lever to engage reverse. Now I saw this, I thought, I wonder. So we've got to make it work, because it looks nice. Yeah. So that has got to be, it'd be nice if I could have it near the gear stick and then this. Do you know what I mean? Just, it's the little bits that make the car, isn't it? So there's that. There's also still got to work out the coilovers, the harness things. We've got the harness bits to do. He's got this. I might buy one of these for my van. I didn't even know. This is a shut-off valve thing, like a line lock with a button. So you hold your foot on the brake, ta-da, and brake. And then, I don't know how you get off. Do you turn it? Oh, you push it again. So it's locked, unlocked. So we've got to make a bracket as well for this. But because she's got a hydraulic handbrake, which is here, we can't just put that anywhere. Really, it needs to go on this side of the car. Because if you're holding the handbrake back with your left hand, you can't push this with your left hand, can you? Anyway, that's everything we've got to think about. Anyway, we are digressing. So, do we look at those cage bars now, or do we throw the engine in?